The whispering stars. Far beyond the blazing suns and swirling galaxies of the known universe, there drifted a small, quiet ship called Luma. It was not large, nor packed with the flashiest technology, but it carried something far more precious, the spirit of exploration, curiosity, and a heart full of wonder. Inside the softly glowing cabin, Mira floated gently in zero gravity, her dark hair drifting like a veil around her face. She was young but wise beyond her years, a traveler between worlds, a listener of the stars. The small cabin was tidy, filled with delicate instruments, a shelf of worn books, and a single window that framed the vast infinity outside. Tonight, Mira was preparing for rest. The hum of Luma's engines pulsed quietly, a constant heartbeat beneath the silence of space. She pulled the shimmering stardust blanket tighter around her shoulders, its threads warm and soft like a gentle embrace. The blanket had been woven from cosmic silk harvested on a distant moon, made to hold the cold away. Mira smiled softly, her voice barely above a whisper. "Good night, stars. Tell me your stories." The stars outside twinkled in response, ancient, endless watchers of the universe's secrets. Some flickered blue and white, others golden, and a few pulsed faintly in colors Mira couldn't name, colors she felt more than saw. Suddenly, a soft chime from the ship's console interrupted her reverie. A blinking light indicated a message from Luma's navigation AI, a warm, familiar voice. "Explorer Mira," it said gently, "we are approaching the nebula of quiet whispers. Estimated arrival in 2 hours." Mira nodded, though she knew the AI couldn't see her. "Thank you, Nav," she replied. "Set a slow approach. Let me watch the stars for a little longer." She floated over to the window, pressing her palm gently against the glass. The nebula was a vast cloud of glowing gas and dust, colored in shifting hues of deep violet, soft lavender, and shimmering silver. It stretched endlessly, a cosmic garden waiting to be explored. Her heart slowed, and her breathing softened as the nebula's colors washed over her. In the heart of this nebula, she murmured, are the Stardust Gardens. Hidden places where flowers bloom with light and dreams. The stars twinkled in silent agreement, their whispers wrapping around her like a lullaby. Mira lay back on her soft seat, closing her eyes. The ship's gentle rocking, the soft hum of engines, and the infinite sky beyond her window wrapped around her like a warm cocoon. "Take me there," she whispered to the stars. "Let me rest among the whispering lights." And slowly, peacefully, Mira's mind drifted toward dreams of light, color, and soft cosmic petals. The Luma glided slowly into the nebula of quiet whispers, as if moving through a vast, cosmic sea of soft light and color. Outside the window, clouds of violet and silver swirled like smoke, shimmering faintly as the starship's lights brushed against them. Mira leaned closer to the window, her breath forming tiny foggy patches on the glass, though the cabin was sealed and warm. She smiled at the illusion. The nebula seemed alive, breathing and shifting just beyond reach. "Nav," she said softly, "can you tell me more about this place? About the Stardust Gardens?" The navigation AI's voice was calm and steady. "Certainly, Mira. The Stardust Gardens are a rare phenomenon within the nebula of quiet whispers. They are collections of floating islands, fragments of asteroid and crystal, where unique bioluminescent flora thrive in near-zero gravity. These plants convert cosmic rays and stellar winds into radiant energy, creating glowing blooms that pulse gently in the dark." Mira's eyes sparkled. "And the flowers? Do they really hold dreams, like the old stories say?" The AI paused just briefly, as if considering. "Many explorers have reported feelings of deep peace and vivid dreams when near the gardens. It is theorized that the flowers emit subtle neuroactive compounds into the nebula's atmosphere, influencing neural pathways in nearby lifeforms." Mira chuckled softly. "So, they're like natural dream machines. I like that." Suddenly, a soft ripple of light passed through the nebula outside, a faint shimmer like the passing of a ghostly creature. "Look," Mira whispered. The window framed the glowing shape of a small, floating island, drifting gracefully into view. It was crowned with flowers glowing in pale blues, soft pinks, and shimmering gold. Their petals swayed gently, though there was no wind to move them. Mira reached out instinctively, pressing her hand against the glass. "I wish I could touch you," she said softly. The flowers seemed to pulse brighter in response, as if acknowledging her greeting. "Nav," Mira said, her voice full of quiet excitement, "can we find a place to dock? I want to step out, just for a moment." The AI responded, "There is a magnetic docking bay on the nearest island. I am preparing a safe landing trajectory now." As the Luma slowed and moved closer, Mira felt her heart beat in a peaceful rhythm. The nebula's glow seeped through the ship's walls like gentle moonlight. She settled into her pilot's seat, preparing for landing. Her fingers brushed the console controls with practiced ease, but her mind was elsewhere, already imagining soft petals beneath her feet, cool and light, glowing with the dreams of the stars. "Almost there," she murmured. Outside, the flowers seemed to pulse brighter, welcoming the little ship home. The magnetic locks on the Luma engaged with a quiet hum, gently holding the ship steady against the floating island's crystalline surface. Mira took a deep breath, feeling a soft pulse of excitement mixed with calm as the airlock prepared to open. "Nav, status report," she asked softly. "All systems stable. External atmosphere within safe parameters for short excursions. Environmental suits recommended, but not mandatory for brief exposure." Mira smiled, running her fingers through her hair. "Thank you, Nav. I'll be careful." The airlock door slid open with a whisper. A cool breeze brushed past her, carrying the faint scent of something sweet and unfamiliar, like rain on warm earth, mixed with distant honey and a hint of something electric. Stepping out onto the island, Mira's boots barely made a sound as they touched the surface. Beneath her feet, the ground was unlike any she'd ever felt, soft, almost spongy, yet firm, glowing faintly with every step she took. The floating island was small but breathtaking. The flowers here weren't just glowing, they seemed alive in a way that made her heart ache with quiet joy. Petals shimmered in every shade from deep sapphire to pale lavender, to soft gold that glowed like captured sunlight. Mira knelt by a cluster of tiny blooms, their light pulsing rhythmically, almost like they were breathing. "Hello," she whispered, her voice gentle. "I'm Mira." For a long moment, the flowers seemed to respond, their glow intensifying. She swore she could hear a faint melody, notes as delicate as wind chimes stirred by the gentlest breeze. "Do you remember the travelers who dreamed here?" Mira asked, reaching out slowly to brush a petal. The flower's light flickered softly, and she imagined it was nodding. Above her, the nebulous clouds drifted lazily, bathing the garden in a soft violet glow. The stars, like silent watchers, winked in and out beyond the clouds. A sudden movement caught her eye, a small creature, no bigger than a hummingbird, flitted between the flowers. Its wings sparkled with stardust, and it hovered gracefully before settling on a bloom. Mira smiled, feeling a connection stronger than words. "Are you a guardian of the garden?" she asked. The creature chirped softly and took off into the twilight haze, leaving behind a trail of sparkling light. Mira stood slowly, turning toward the edge of the island. She gazed out at the nebula's vastness, feeling both small and infinite. "Thank you," she said quietly, "for letting me rest here." Her breathing slowed, the calm of the garden settling deep into her bones. Around her, the glowing flowers pulsed in harmony, wrapping her in a cocoon of light and dreams. She knew she could stay forever, but for now, it was time to return to Luma and rest under the watchful stars. Underscore 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 underscore. Mira stepped back toward the docking bay, her feet making soft impressions in the glowing surface of the floating island. The flowers around her pulsed with quiet light, their rhythm like a heartbeat syncing with her own. The nebula's violet mist drifted softly around the edges of the island, blurring the boundary between solid ground and cosmic dream. She paused for a moment, closing her eyes, breathing deeply of the sweet, electric air. "Nav," Mira said softly, "thank you for bringing me here." "You're welcome, Mira," the AI replied. "I detect a significant decrease in your neural stress markers. The gardens have a profound calming effect." She smiled, floating up the short ramp back into Luma. The cabin felt warmer now, as if the island's peaceful energy had seeped inside with her. Settling into her favorite chair, Mira looked out through the large window once more. The floating island slowly drifted away, the glowing flowers growing smaller against the vast nebula behind them. Outside, the stars whispered softly, their light like lullabies carried on solar winds. Mira opened her travel journal, its worn pages filled with sketches and notes from distant worlds. She began to write. "Today, I walked among the Stardust Gardens. Flowers like no others bloomed in quiet light, each petal carrying the memory of dreams from worlds I've never seen. A tiny creature of stardust wings greeted me, a reminder that even in the vast silence, life sings its gentle song." As she wrote, a soft chime sounded from the ship's console. The AI's voice interrupted the silence. "Mira, sensors detect a slow energy pulse from the nebula's core. It appears to be a natural phenomenon, a rare breath of the nebula." Curious, Mira leaned forward. "Can you show it?" The window shifted, revealing the heart of the nebula, a glowing, pulsating sphere of light, expanding and contracting slowly like a giant cosmic lung. "It's beautiful," Mira breathed. "Yes," Nav said, "it is a reminder that even the universe itself breathes, dreams, and lives in cycles." Mira rested her head against the chair, feeling a deep calm wash over her. She watched the nebula's breath, syncing her own slow breaths with its rhythm. "Good night, universe," she whispered. "Thank you for your gentle song." The stars outside seemed to pulse in response, soft and steady. And as the Luma floated silently through the vast, whispering darkness, Mira drifted into a peaceful sleep, wrapped in the quiet magic of the Stardust Gardens and the endless sky beyond. Mira awoke slowly, the soft glow of distant stars filtering through Luma's cabin window. The nebula outside had softened into a gentle haze of pastel colors, swirling slowly as if breathing in a deep cosmic sigh. She stretched, savoring the quiet calm that wrapped the ship like a soft blanket. Outside, the stars twinkled like ancient friends keeping silent watch. "Good morning, Nav," Mira murmured, her voice still heavy with sleep. "Good morning, Mira." The Luma is currently in a stable orbit around the nebula of quiet whispers. The Stardust Gardens are still nearby. Mira smiled, the memory of the glowing flowers and the stardust-winged creature warm in her mind. She moved to the observation window, eyes tracing the swirling colors of the nebula. A delicate shimmer caught her attention, a gentle pulse of light drifting slowly like a cosmic butterfly. Curious, Mira activated the ship's external scanners. "Nav, what is that glowing shape?" The AI responded, "Sensors indicate a small, energy-based life form. It appears to be a native organism of the nebula, bioluminescent and capable of limited movement within the gas clouds." Mira's eyes sparkled with wonder. "Can we track it? I want to learn more." The Luma adjusted course, gliding gently after the shimmering creature. Through the window, Mira watched as it danced and twirled in slow, graceful loops, leaving trails of sparkling light behind. "Look at it, Nav. It's like a living star." "It is indeed beautiful," Nav replied. "These lifeforms are rarely seen by explorers. They survive by absorbing cosmic radiation and converting it to energy." Mira whispered, "Just like the flowers." The creature floated closer, its glow softening as if sensing her gentle spirit. It circled the ship once, then drifted to hover near the window. "Hello, little one," Mira said softly. "Are you the guardian of the garden's dreams?" The creature pulsed brighter, a slow, warm glow that felt like a quiet yes. Mira laughed softly, her heart swelling with affection. She settled back in her chair, watching the creature's slow dance as the nebula shifted around it, a living symphony of light and color. Outside, the stars whispered their endless lullaby. Mira closed her eyes, letting the soft hum of the ship and the gentle glow of the nebula carry her back into peaceful dreams. Underscore 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 underscore. Morning light filtered gently through Luma's observation window, casting soft patterns across Myra's travel journal. The little glowing creature still hovered nearby, drifting slowly as if reluctant to leave. Mira smiled, reaching out a hand to the glass. "I wish I could bring you aboard for a while." The creature pulsed, sending a cascade of shimmering light that flickered like laughter. Outside, the nebula shifted in slow waves, its colors deepening to rich purples and soft pinks. The Luma drifted closer to another floating island, larger and covered with towering flowers that swayed gently in the weightless air. "Nav," Mira said softly, "can we land again? I want to explore more." "Of course, Mira." Preparing for gentle descent. As the ship touched down, a faint vibration hummed through the hull. Mira stepped out once more, this time with a small sensor pack slung over her shoulder. The flowers here were different, taller, with translucent petals that shimmered like glass. Their light wasn't constant, it pulsed in slow, hypnotic rhythms, casting shifting rainbows across the island's surface. Mira knelt near a patch of flowers that glowed a soft, soothing blue. She held the sensor close, watching the data scroll in soft green on the screen. "These flowers absorb and emit light in patterns," she murmured. "Almost like they're communicating." A soft breeze carried a scent she hadn't noticed before, cool and fresh, like rain on an alien morning. Suddenly, a faint sound drifted through the air, a delicate melody, woven from the rustling petals and the hum of distant stars. Mira closed her eyes, letting the song wash over her. "It's the voice of the garden," she whispered. Slowly, the flowers around her pulsed in time with the melody, their light dancing softly. Time seemed to stretch and bend, and Mira felt herself become part of the garden's quiet symphony. The stars outside continued to whisper, their song endless and soothing. The melody of the garden lingered softly in Myra's ears as she slowly rose, brushing her fingers along the glowing petals. Each flower responded with a gentle pulse, as if greeting an old friend. She looked up to see the sky above the floating island swirling with delicate cosmic mist, tinted shades of lavender and rose. The stars peeked through like shy lanterns in a vast, velvet night. "Nav," Mira said softly, "the garden's song, it feels like it's telling a story. Can you translate?" The AI responded, "It appears to be a natural harmonic resonance produced by the flowers and the nebula's energy field. The sequence corresponds to rhythmic patterns found in ancient communication methods." Mira smiled. "So, it's like the garden is speaking to us." "Indeed," Nav agreed. Drawn by curiosity, Mira wandered deeper into the garden, the soft light beneath her feet guiding her path. She noticed a cluster of flowers that glowed faintly violet, their petals trembling as if sharing a secret. A sudden shimmer caught her eye, a figure emerging from the swirling mist. It was small, almost ethereal, with delicate wings that sparkled like fractured starlight. "Hello," Mira whispered, feeling a calm warmth spread through her chest. The figure smiled gently, its eyes reflecting the nebula's soft glow. "Welcome, Mira. I am Silra, guardian of the Stardust Gardens." Myra's breath caught in wonder. "A guardian? I thought these places were silent and forgotten." Silra's wings fluttered softly. "The gardens are alive with memories, dreams, and quiet magic. Few travelers find them, but those who do are always welcomed." Mira stepped closer, feeling a profound peace in Silra's presence. I've come seeking rest, and maybe to understand. You will find both here, Silra said. The gardens teach those who listen. Sit with me, and I will share the story of the stars. Together, they sat beneath a tree whose branches shimmered with glowing blossoms. The nebula above pulsed gently, a cosmic heartbeat in tune with the garden's song. Silra began to hum softly, a melody woven from light and shadow, of beginnings and endings, of journeys that stretch beyond time. Mira closed her eyes, letting the music wash over her like a warm embrace. In this quiet corner of the universe, she felt the deepest kind of belonging, a connection to the stars, the gardens, and the endless dance of dreams. The melody Silra sang wove through the air like a silken thread, soft and shimmering. Mira sat quietly, letting the notes ripple through her very bones, as if the song were a bridge between her heart and the stars themselves. Silra's voice was light but filled with ancient wisdom. Long ago, she began, the Stardust Gardens were born from the breath of a dying star. When the star's last light flickered, it released a cloud of cosmic dust, but instead of fading, that dust gathered, dreaming itself into life. Mira's eyes widened. So the gardens are made of dreams? Yes, Silra smiled gently. Dreams and memories, woven from the essence of stars long gone. Each flower holds a story, a hope, or a dream of a traveler who once gazed upon the night sky. Mira reached out to touch a glowing blossom nearby. It shimmered beneath her fingertips like liquid light. Can the flowers hear us? Remember us? Only if we speak with our hearts, Silra said softly. The gardens are alive with empathy, a sanctuary for those who listen and dream. A gentle breeze stirred the glowing petals around them, carrying with it a scent like jasmine and fresh rain. Mira closed her eyes and breathed it in deeply, feeling a warm peace settle in her soul. Sometimes, Silra continued, travelers arrive burdened by worries and weariness. The gardens offer rest, a place to lay down your burdens and dream of brighter days. Mira felt a tear slide down her cheek, not from sadness but relief. I think I needed this more than I realized, she whispered. Silra nodded, wings shimmering. The universe is vast and often lonely, but places like these remind us we are never truly alone. Mira smiled through her tears, feeling the weight of countless stars gently lifting from her shoulders. Above, the nebula's soft glow pulsed in quiet harmony with the garden's song, a lullaby of light that promised hope and new beginnings. For the first time in a long while, Mira felt completely at peace. Mira stayed seated beneath the glowing tree, the soft pulse of its blossoms lighting her face in gentle hues of violet and gold. Silra's presence beside her was a quiet comfort, like a warm ember in the vast cold of space. For a while, neither spoke. The garden's melody filled the silence, a perfect harmony between nature and cosmos. Finally, Mira broke the quiet. Silra, how do the gardens grow in this endless dark? What keeps them alive? Silra smiled, wings fluttering gently. The gardens feed on more than light. They drink from the dreams and hopes of all who visit. Every traveler who rests here leaves a little piece of their spirit behind, and in return, the gardens bloom brighter. Mira considered this, her gaze drifting toward a distant cluster of stars beyond the nebula. So, we're part of the garden now? In a way, Silra replied. We are all connected, stars, gardens, travelers, and even dreams. This web stretches across time and space, binding everything in gentle threads. Mira let the thought settle, feeling the truth in it deep within her chest. What about the stars themselves? She asked quietly. Do they dream too? Silra's eyes sparkled. Stars dream in bursts of light and energy. Their dreams shape the very fabric of the universe, guiding planets, creating life, and inspiring explorers like you. Mira smiled softly. I like to think the stars are watching over me, like old friends. They are, Silra said. And tonight, they have a special gift for you. Curious, Mira watched as Silra extended a delicate hand, touching a nearby flower. The petals shimmered and released a tiny, sparkling seed that floated gently toward Mira. This seed holds a fragment of the garden's dream, Silra explained. Plant it inside your heart, and whenever you feel lost or tired, it will bloom, reminding you of peace and light. Mira took the seed carefully, feeling warmth spread through her fingers. Thank you, Silra. I'll cherish it always. As the nebula's colors deepened into twilight, the garden's melody grew softer, wrapping them in a cocoon of light and calm. Mira knew she would carry this moment with her forever, a shining star within the endless night. The floating seed nestled in Mira's palm seemed to pulse softly with a light all its own, warm and steady, like a heartbeat born of the Stardust Gardens. She held it close to her chest, feeling a deep connection bloom within her. Silra watched her with gentle eyes. The seed will grow whenever you need it most. It is a reminder that even in the darkest places, light and peace can be found. Mira smiled, her heart lighter than it had been in many cycles. I promise to keep it safe. They rose together beneath the glowing tree, its blossoms shimmering like distant galaxies. The nebula above stretched endlessly, a tapestry of stars and swirling color, vast, mysterious, and full of quiet promise. As Mira prepared to return to Luma, Silra's voice softened. Remember, Mira, the universe speaks to those who listen with their hearts. The gardens, the stars, the whispers in the dark, they are never truly silent. Mira nodded, feeling the truth in those words settle deep within her soul. I'll carry their song with me. Back inside Luma, Mira settled into her chair, the glowing seed resting gently on her desk. She gazed out at the nebula's swirling light, feeling a calm joy she hadn't known for a long time. Nav, she said softly, set a course for the next star. I want to see where the garden's dreams will lead me. The AI responded, course set, Mira. The universe awaits. Mira closed her eyes, breathing in the quiet hum of the ship and the soft lullaby of the whispering stars. With the gentle pulse of the seed as her guide, she drifted into a peaceful sleep, cradled by the endless sky and the infinite dreams that danced among the stars. When Mira awoke, the nebula's colors had softened to a pale, shimmering blue. Outside the window, the Luma floated gently, carrying her farther from the Stardust Gardens and deeper into the quiet reaches of space. She stretched, the warmth of the glowing seed still present like a steady ember inside her. The soft hum of the ship was a familiar comfort, wrapping around her like a lullaby. Nav, Mira said quietly, how far are we from the gardens now? Approximately 5 million kilometers, Mira. We are on course to the next waypoint, a system known for its ancient crystal forests. Mira smiled at the thought. Crystal forests, sounds like another dream waiting to be discovered. The AI's voice held a hint of warmth. Explorers have described them as breathtaking, towering structures of pure crystal, catching and bending starlight in endless patterns. Mira floated to the observation window, her eyes tracing the distant stars. I'm ready to see it. As the Luma approached the new system, the view beyond the glass transformed. Huge crystalline towers glittered against the void, their surfaces sparkling like frozen light. The stars seemed to dance within the facets of the crystals, creating a kaleidoscope of color and shadow. Mira's breath caught. It's like stepping into a dream. Indeed, Nav replied. Would you like to explore the crystal forests? Mira nodded. Yes, but slowly. I want to take it all in. The ship carefully maneuvered closer to the largest crystal spires, their surfaces reflecting the soft glow of distant suns. As Luma settled into orbit, Mira prepared her exploration gear, her heart full of quiet anticipation. She knew each new place was a chapter in her cosmic journey, a story whispered by the stars themselves. With the glowing seed's warmth in her palm, Mira felt ready to listen, to dream, and to discover the magic hidden in the farthest reaches of the universe. The airlock hissed softly as Mira stepped out onto the crystalline world, the soles of her boots clicking lightly against the smooth, faceted ground. The crystal spires rose all around her, towering like silent sentinels reaching toward distant stars. Sunlight fractured through the crystals, scattering rainbows across the landscape. Each step Mira took echoed gently, as if the very ground sang a quiet greeting. Nav, Mira whispered, the light here feels alive. Almost like it's breathing. The crystals interact with the solar winds, the AI explained. They store and release energy in rhythmic pulses, creating natural light shows. Mira reached out, letting her fingers brush a crystal surface. It was cool but humming softly with energy, a vibration that tingled through her skin and settled in her heart. A soft breeze stirred the crystalline leaves of nearby structures, producing a delicate chime, like a lullaby made of glass. This place feels like a dream, Mira said, awe in her voice. As she wandered deeper into the forest, she noticed tiny motes of light drifting lazily through the air. They glowed softly, like fireflies made of pure energy. Suddenly, a shimmering figure appeared among the crystals, a being of light and prism, its form shifting and changing with every step. "Welcome, Mira," the figure said in a voice like a bell's gentle toll. "I am Kale, guardian of the crystal forest." Mira's heart swelled. "I'm honored to meet you, Kale." Kale's form shimmered brighter. "These forests hold the memories of ancient stars. Walk carefully, and the crystals will share their stories with you." Mira nodded, feeling a profound stillness settle within her. With every step, the crystal light danced around her, and the whispers of long-gone stars filled the air, a lullaby of light, time, and cosmic wonder. Mira moved slowly through the crystalline forest, her footsteps light against the smooth, glimmering ground. The towering spires reached high above, catching the light of distant stars and fracturing it into a dazzling mosaic that danced around her like a living painting. She paused beside a great crystal pillar, its surface etched with delicate patterns that shimmered faintly. Running her fingers along the cool facets, she felt a subtle vibration, as though the crystal held a heartbeat. "Nav," she whispered, "are these patterns, messages?" "Indeed, Mira," the AI replied softly. "They are the remnants of an ancient cosmic language, star codes left behind by civilizations long vanished. Each etching carries stories, knowledge, and memories." Mira's eyes widened. A library of light. Kale's shimmering form appeared beside her, radiating a calm light. "The crystals are keepers of history," Kale said. "They hold the dreams and wisdom of stars that once burned bright." Mira nodded, feeling a deep reverence. "How do I listen to their stories?" "Touch, focus, and open your heart," Kale said gently. "The crystals respond to intent and emotion, revealing their truths to those who seek." Closing her eyes, Mira rested her hand on the etched surface. Slowly, visions blossomed behind her eyelids. Swirling galaxies, vibrant worlds, and brilliant stars pulsing with life. She saw travelers journeying through space, their hopes and dreams woven into the fabric of the crystals. She felt the warmth of countless suns, the cool silence of empty voids, and the gentle embrace of cosmic winds. When she opened her eyes, a soft smile played on her lips. "Thank you, Kale. This is more beautiful than I imagined." Kale's light flickered warmly. "There is much to learn, Mira. Take your time. The forest will guide you." As Mira continued her exploration, the gentle chimes of the crystals filled the air, a peaceful symphony of light and memory that eased her spirit. Under the watchful glow of distant stars, she felt a profound connection to the universe, a quiet understanding that every light, every shadow, and every whisper held meaning. Mira wandered deeper into the crystalline forest, the kaleidoscope of colors shifting softly with every step. The light bent and shimmered around her, casting dancing patterns on her skin and the surfaces of the sparkling pillars. The soft chiming of crystals filled the air, a delicate song, like distant bells ringing in harmony with the stars. She paused beside a large cluster of crystals that glowed with a gentle turquoise light. Their facets were perfectly smooth, reflecting her image back to her in fragmented shards, each one sparkling with a tiny star. "Nav," Mira murmured, "what is this place called?" "The heart of the forest," the AI replied. "It is considered the central nexus where the energy of the crystal formations converges." Mira reached out, lightly touching one of the glowing crystals. A warm pulse radiated through her fingers, spreading like liquid warmth into her palm. Suddenly, a vision blossomed before her, an ancient star system forming from swirling dust, brilliant suns igniting, planets taking shape. She gasped softly. "It's like watching the birth of a universe." Kale's voice, gentle as a breeze, came from beside her. "The crystals hold the memory of creation itself, the very moment when light first stirred in the darkness." Mira felt a deep sense of awe, as if she were witnessing a secret too precious for words. She sat down on a smooth crystal bench, the light humming softly beneath her. Closing her eyes, she let herself be carried on the waves of light and sound, feeling the pulse of the stars within her very soul. Around her, the crystal forest shimmered in quiet celebration. A sanctuary of light, memory, and timeless peace. Mira remained seated on the smooth crystal bench, feeling the warmth of the glowing stones beneath her like a gentle heartbeat. The soft chimes of the forest's crystalline spires created a lullaby that wrapped around her senses, calming her mind and spirit. She opened her travel journal, fingers tracing the worn leather cover. The pages inside were filled with sketches and notes, stars, nebulae, alien landscapes, and, now, the shimmering crystal forests. With a soft breath, Mira began to write. The crystal forest is alive with light and memory. Each spire holds a story, each shimmer carries a dream from the distant past. Walking here feels like touching the fabric of the universe itself, fragile yet eternal. As she wrote, a gentle breeze swept through the forest, stirring the petals of nearby crystal flowers. The light within them pulsed softly, casting shifting rainbows across the pages of her journal. "Nav," Mira said softly, "record ambient sounds and light patterns. I want to carry the essence of this place with me." "Recording now, Mira," the AI responded. Mira closed her eyes and leaned back, breathing in the serene beauty around her. The hum of the crystals, the distant twinkle of stars beyond the forest canopy, and the gentle warmth of the glowing seed in her pocket created a symphony of peace. Suddenly, Kale appeared beside her, his prism-like form flickering softly. "Mira, there is something I wish to show you." Curious, she stood and followed Kale deeper into the forest. The light shifted subtly as they moved, revealing hidden paths lined with delicate crystal blooms that seemed to respond to their presence. After a short walk, they arrived at a clearing where a massive crystal archway stood, glittering with thousands of tiny lights. "This is the Gate of Echoes," Kale explained. "It connects the memories of the forest with the dreams of those who visit." Mira stepped closer, feeling a gentle vibration through the soles of her boots. The archway shimmered, and for a moment, images flickered within its facets, stars being born, ancient ships sailing cosmic seas, travelers like her finding hope among the stars. With a deep breath, Mira reached out and touched the archway's surface. Warmth spread through her, and she felt a surge of connection, to the universe, to the gardens, and to the endless dance of light and dreams. The moment Mira's fingers touched the shimmering surface of the Gate of Echoes, a wave of warmth flowed through her, gentle and all-encompassing. The crystal archway pulsed softly beneath her hand, as if welcoming her presence. Images danced within the facets, fleeting visions of ancient voyages, sparkling stars exploding into life, and quiet moments of explorers resting beneath alien skies. Mira's breath caught. "It's like I can feel their stories, their hopes." Kale nodded, his prism form glowing brighter. "The gate connects all who have come before you, a living tapestry of dreams woven through time and space." Mira closed her eyes, letting the images wash over her. She saw a young explorer charting unknown worlds, a scientist watching a dying star with reverence, and a child gazing up at a sky full of shimmering possibilities. A soft, humming melody accompanied the visions, each note a thread in the song of the universe. Opening her eyes, Mira smiled. "Thank you, Kale. This is more than I ever imagined." Kale's light flickered warmly. "The forest stories will always be here, waiting for those who listen." As the images faded, the gate's glow softened, returning to its gentle shimmer. Mira stepped back, feeling a deep peace settle within her, a quiet knowing that her own journey was part of a much greater story. She turned toward the crystal spires stretching toward the stars, feeling the steady warmth of the glowing seed in her pocket. "Nav," she said softly, "prepare Luma for departure. It's time to continue." The AI responded, "Course plotted, Mira. Safe travels." As Luma lifted from the crystalline forest, Mira gazed out at the vastness beyond, a universe filled with stories yet to be told, whispers yet to be heard. And with the soft pulse of the seed in her hand, she knew she would never travel alone. The Luma rose slowly, detaching from the shimmering surface of the crystal forest. The towering spires below sparkled like a constellation on the ground, their light twinkling as if bidding Mira farewell. Settling into the pilot's chair, Mira gazed through the wide observation window at the fading beauty of the ancient crystals. The soft hum of the ship wrapped around her like a familiar song, steady and soothing. "Nav," she said softly, "where to next?" "The next waypoint is a small moon orbiting a blue star," the AI replied. "Known for its fields of floating luminescent stones." Mira's lips curved into a gentle smile. Luminescent stones, another dream to explore. The Luma adjusted course, gliding smoothly through the star-studded void. Outside, the nebula's colors shifted gently, from pale lavender to deep indigo, like a cosmic twilight. Mira closed her eyes for a moment, feeling the soft pulse of the glowing seed in her pocket, a quiet beacon of light and peace. Sometimes, she whispered to herself, the universe feels like a lullaby, full of light, stories, and endless hope. Her thoughts drifted like the stars outside, peaceful and free. Ahead, the moon loomed large, its surface dotted with shimmering stones that glowed softly in the darkness. The gentle light reflected in Mira's eyes, promising new wonders and quiet magic. With a deep breath, she prepared to step into the next chapter of her cosmic journey. The Luma descended slowly toward the moon's surface, the glowing stones shimmering beneath like scattered stars fallen to rest. Mira felt her heartbeat slow, matching the soft rhythm of the pulsing lights below. As the ship touched down gently, a faint chime echoed through the cabin, a delicate sound, like distant bells carried on the breeze. "Nav," Mira whispered, "the stones, they feel alive." "They are bioluminescent crystals," Nav explained. "They emit light through a natural process, reacting to the moon's magnetic field and the energy of passing cosmic winds." Mira's fingers tingled with anticipation as she slipped on her environmental suit and stepped outside. The ground beneath her boots was cool and smooth, the luminescent stones casting gentle pools of blue, green, and soft gold light across the landscape. Each stone pulsed with a quiet glow, flickering in time with the others like a slow heartbeat. She knelt by a cluster of stones, reaching out to touch one. It was warm, humming softly beneath her fingers, a soothing vibration that eased the tension from her muscles. "Hello," she whispered. "It's beautiful here." Around her, the glowing stones shifted their light in patterns, rippling waves of color that seemed almost like a language. "Nav, can you decode the patterns?" Mira asked. "There is no known code," Nav replied, "but they appear to communicate through rhythmic pulses and shifts in color, possibly a form of natural signaling." Mira smiled softly. "A silent song." As she wandered, a faint breeze stirred the glowing stones, sending a shimmering ripple across the field. The moon's twin suns dipped low on the horizon, casting a warm, amber glow that mingled with the stone's soft light. Mira closed her eyes, breathing in the quiet magic of the moment. Here, beneath alien skies and glowing stones, the universe seemed to hum a lullaby just for her. Mira wandered slowly through the glowing field, the luminescent stones casting gentle pools of light beneath her feet. Each step echoed softly, the stone's subtle pulses resonating in quiet harmony with her breath. The twin suns on the horizon bathed the landscape in a warm, golden haze, blending seamlessly with the cool blues and greens radiating from the stones. As she moved deeper, the stones began to shift their light more deliberately, flickering in patterns that felt almost like a heartbeat, steady and reassuring. Mira knelt by a cluster of stones that glowed a deep sapphire blue. She reached out and pressed her palm gently against one, feeling a soothing warmth spread through her fingers. "Nav," she said softly, "I think these stones are trying to communicate in their own way, not with words, but with feelings." "An intriguing hypothesis, Mira," Nav replied. "Their rhythmic pulses may influence neural patterns, creating emotional resonance." Mira closed her eyes, letting the gentle glow wash over her senses. A calm wave rolled through her, as if the stones were wrapping her in a tender embrace. Suddenly, a soft sound reached her ears. A melodic chime, delicate and crystalline, carried on a gentle breeze. She looked up to see a faint shimmer moving gracefully across the glowing stones. A creature, small and translucent, with wings that sparkled like liquid light. "Hello, little one," Mira whispered. The creature paused, its eyes reflecting the twin suns' fading light. It fluttered closer, leaving trails of shimmering dust that mingled with the stone's glow. Mira smiled, heart swelling with quiet joy. "You're part of this magic, aren't you?" The creature chirped softly, a sound like wind chimes stirred by a gentle breeze. Mira settled onto the smooth ground, watching the creature dance among the glowing stones. Around her, the universe whispered softly, a lullaby of light, life, and endless dreams. Mira stayed seated among the softly glowing stones, the translucent creature flitting gracefully around her like a living melody of light. Each flutter of its wings scattered sparkling dust that drifted slowly in the calm air. She reached out a hand, palm open, and the creature hovered close, its tiny body radiating a warmth that made her smile. "Do you live here?" Mira whispered. "Is this your home?" The creature chirped softly, its eyes bright with a quiet intelligence. It circled her hand once before settling gently on her fingertips, a cool, tingling sensation spreading through her skin. Mira closed her eyes, savoring the moment, the soft hum of the stones beneath her, the fading glow of the twin suns, and the gentle presence of her new companion. "Nav," she said softly, "record ambient data. I want to remember this feeling, the peace, the light, the quiet joy." "Recording," Nav replied calmly. The creature fluttered up and rested lightly on Mira's shoulder, its wings shimmering like a veil of liquid starlight. Mira felt a calmness settle deep within her, a gentle anchor in the vastness of space. As the moon's twin suns dipped below the horizon, the glowing stones brightened, their pulses growing slower and softer, like a lullaby sung by the universe itself. Mira leaned back on the cool ground, eyes drifting closed as the soft light wrapped around her like a blanket. The creature's quiet presence and the stone's gentle glow cradled her into a peaceful rest. And as the stars whispered softly overhead, Mira dreamed, carried on the wings of light, through endless skies and shimmering dreams. Mira's breathing slowed, her mind drifting gently between waking and dreaming. The glowing stone's soft pulses matched the rhythm of her heartbeat, a lullaby woven from light and silence. The translucent creature settled quietly on her shoulder, its tiny wings folding like a whisper. Outside, the twin moons began to rise, casting a cool silver light that mingled with the fading colors of the sunset. In her dream, Mira found herself floating among stars. Vast, shimmering fields of light stretching endlessly in every direction. She moved weightlessly, carried on gentle solar winds, her heart filled with wonder and calm. A soft voice echoed through the void, Silra's gentle melody from the Stardust Gardens. Travelers of the cosmos, the voice whispered, carry the dreams of countless worlds. In every light, a story, in every shadow, a hope. Mira reached out, her fingers brushing a shimmering thread of starlight. It wrapped gently around her wrist, warm and alive. You are part of this endless dance, the voice continued, a beacon in the dark, a dreamer of the stars. Her eyes fluttered open, the cabin softly lit by the gentle glow of the luminescent stone stored safely in the ship's containment field. Mira smiled, feeling the quiet power of the dream lingering in her soul. Nav, she said softly, let's chart a course to the next star. I want to follow where the dreams lead. Course set, Mira, the AI replied. The universe awaits. As Luma lifted into the starry sky, Mira felt the steady pulse of the glowing seed in her pocket, a quiet reminder that even in the vastness of space, she carried a piece of peace and light within her. And beneath the endless whispering stars, her journey continued, gentle, endless, and full of wonder. The Luma glided silently through the velvet darkness of space, stars stretching infinitely in every direction, bright points of light like distant lanterns guiding her onward. Mira settled into the pilot's chair, her hands resting lightly on the controls as the soft hum of the ship cradled her senses. Nav, Mira whispered, how far to the next waypoint? Approximately 7 million kilometers, Mira, the AI replied smoothly. An uncharted asteroid field rich with rare minerals and ancient cosmic relics. Mira's eyes sparkled with quiet curiosity. Ancient relics, sounds like another story waiting to be discovered. The ship's sensors scanned ahead, mapping the swirling field of glowing rocks and shimmering dust. As they approached, the asteroid belt came into view, jagged stones drifting slowly in the endless night, their surfaces catching stray beams of starlight. Mira's heart felt light. Let's go slow, Nav. I want to savor every moment. The Luma moved carefully through the field, weaving gently between asteroids that glowed faintly from embedded.